Hi, welcome back. I'm Melia Ben-Susan, Artistic Director of Hartford Stage. That is to say, your Artistic Director. And I've really missed these chances to connect with all of you. So I welcome you back to our Seen and Heard live broadcasts. We've shifted from a weekly format to a monthly format. So welcome to August. We have, over the past few weeks, Hartford Stage has focused on planning for the 2021 season. As an organization, we're continuing to adapt and transform for this moment. And as you all know, it's hitting our performing arts industry incredibly hard. We've made the difficult decision to cancel all of our onstage performances from September through May, but we're looking forward and diving deep into our collaborations with our community, into our online programming, and into our extraordinary education work. We'll also have a few outdoor appearances, so check your emails because we'll keep you up to date on all our doings in the coming weeks. I'm going to welcome now Scott Bartleson. Scott, will you join me? And we'll chat. We want to share with you. Hi, Scott. I've missed you. It's nice to see you.
Yes, I'm in a different spot, and I'm like learning new Wi-Fi
so
technologies in this spot.
It's a different landscape. It's a little challenging. So Scott and I just want to share with you our newest initiative from Hartford Stage, Raise the Curtain. It is, as you can imagine, a fundraising campaign. So Scott, over to you to talk a little bit about Raise the Curtain.
Of course, yeah. Alongside this year, we launched the Raise the Curtain campaign. This campaign is going to ensure that we are able to continue to provide education and artistic virtual programming this season. We have a lot in store, for example, like Project Transform and the conversation we're going to have tonight. But this is just to really ensure that we come back really strong in the fall of 2021. And so there's a few ways that you can help support us. You can make a donation at www.hartfordstage.org, or now we're also on Venmo. So if you use the phone app Venmo, you can make a donation straight to us. We are at Hartford Stage. You can find us there. So thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in tonight and engaging with us in this new virtual way. And that's about it from me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I've been reading Zadie Smith's newest collection of essays called Intimations. And she speaks in there about shifting cultures, about really what does it mean to have herd immunity, not for one virus only, but for several, including despair and racism. I've been really moved by Zadie Smith, and I'm thrilled that it connects for me with the extraordinary work you're about to see. Scott, before we go further, can you just give us a couple of Zoom notes? I think it's been a while maybe since friends have been on with us, so just remind us that this is a conversation.
That's a great thought, yeah. So we have a couple different ways that you can engage with us tonight. You can use the chat feature, and we like it to be a dialogue between the both of us. And so we'll bring your comments and thoughts and questions to the table. And if we've got time at the end of the conversation, we hope to kind of open up the conversation to you, and you can use the Q&A feature, but most likely the chat feature really to engage with us. And then at the end, we'll do our usual kind of toast for everybody. And if you can just raise your hand at that moment, then I can bring your video on and we can have a communal kind of celebration at the end.
And we do hope you'll join us at the end. It's wonderful to see your faces and to really feel a community together, even if only virtually. We're going to start tonight's program with a bit of a video, and then I'll explain the wonder of the gifts of the many people who have made this, and you'll get to meet them all. This is the Project Transform community of Hartford Stage. It is one of our most popular and heartening education programs. But before I speak more about it, I want you to get a taste of what these young people have made. So Scott, could you show us the video we have, and then I'll introduce our extraordinary guests.
Society's lies. To break the bubble of society's lies. I can see the world is changing.
Quarantine came coming.
Thank you. And you will see how these folks are going to change the world. I am utterly convinced that they have what it takes. To introduce the history and share a conversation with me about the program that is Project Transform, I want to bring on the following teaching artists who we are so grateful to have associated with this production. So first I'll bring on our Associate Director of Education, Nina Pinchin. She's also our director of our Breakdancing Shakespeare, one of our most beloved programs. Nina, we're so happy you are here. Luigi Cabrito, director and teaching artist of our Project Transform sharing. And welcome, Luigi. We're so glad you're here. And I have the tremendous honor, because I do think she is one of the great people that I have had the great fortune to encounter and to see work, Nalaja Sun, who you may remember from her tour de force performance this past season of Pike Street, which after last week's tropical storm, I fear had even more resonance. So here's a photo from the production, and here is someone I'm honored to have associated with Hartford Stage, Nalaja. So happy to hear. And Nina, I will say, you know, these haven't been the easiest months. This hasn't been the best time in some of our lives. And the work that you are all doing with our education program and specifically with Project Transform is truly, truly shedding light and giving us so much hope. I'm gonna well up, I'm sorry, I'm very, very grateful and happy to see you all. Before we bring on the extraordinary high school students who I know you are all now thinking, no, it's not about us, it's about them, since I've heard all three of you say this in the past. I just wanted to get a little background for all the wonderful people joining us. Nina, can you just share with us a little, what's the history of the program and what is the goal of Project Transform? How did it, since it precedes me at Hartford Stage, I get to take the credit for it, but it has nothing to do with me. I'm just honored to be a part of this stage.
Well, the history is kind of a convergence of histories because this is our 10th time doing Project Transform. And the idea with Project Transform is that you take a wonderfully talented, diverse group of young people from all over the greater Hartford area and have them work with a wonderful, renowned teaching artist. So someone like Elijah Sun or Kaneza Shaw or James Lacine or Will Power. And these students come together, they work on creating an original piece of theater. And the idea, the goal is that the piece of theater will reflect the change that the students would like to see in their communities and their world. And I say it's a convergence because this summer, we're also using our relationship with the Neighborhood Studios program, the Greater Hartford Arts Council's Neighborhood Studios program since 2006. We've done a summer program with neighborhood studios where we paid young people to participate as apprentices. We usually do kind of a big production on the main stage called Breakdancing Shakespeare. But this summer, because everything for neighborhood studios was going online, we were looking for something that would be full. And I think, man, oh man, we had no idea. It's really beautiful.
Well, a huge thanks to neighborhood studios, right? I mean, really, without these apprenticeships and these opportunities, we wouldn't necessarily have been able to do this in the same way. Nilaja, how were we lucky enough to get you involved with our program?
I was here in 2019 with half of, let's see, Nina, was it about, how many students did we have in 2019? We had
5 of ours, right? 5 of the existing?
Yeah, 5 of the existing for Project Transform 2019. And we kind of made a pinky promise to each other that we would do this next year. We thought that next year meant October, November, December, and together, me taking the good old Amtrak or Metro North up to Hartford every Saturday. But in this case, in a very interesting way, I know some educators really bemoan the idea of Zoom, but there is something really wonderful about asking students to perform, share their stories, their souls, their hearts in their bedrooms, literally. It's something so wonderful because I feel like as artists, that's kind of where we create some of our best work. So why not create it in the bedroom, so close to your kitchen and your bathroom, you know? You're super comfortable. You don't have to take the crosstown bus. You don't have to wait for the subway, you know? And so I knew that when—
Like there's no outside world, right? We're really all caught up, you're all caught up in this bubble of making the work together.
Absolutely. And speaking of bubble, actually, I wish that Zoom was more like circles, because that's kind of like, we're more like, you know, concentric. We're like the infinity sign, and we're like all kinds of shapes. I know that Zoom is very square, but that is the least of our worries as a group. And especially in this particular year, in this country, we have gone through the absolute most. There's a lot of dismantling of systems. So to be an educator at this time, it's so enlivening. I love working with students who I know are, and they're not even the future of America. They are the America, the present America, and they're creating art and they're sharing it with us. So it's just a gift. It was a gift. I'm going to be sad when I say goodbye to them on Friday.
You're not leaving Hartford State.
No
You might leave this, but we're not, you know, you're not leaving us.
I'm certainly not leaving my bedroom.
Yeah, well, you know. Luigi, tell us about your road to Hartford Stage. I was lucky enough to have lunch with you in the before time when we could sit across the table and share food. But how did you end up joining us?
It was exactly like that. As someone who was going through an immigration process myself and wasn't able to work, I just reached out and then I had lunch and I said, anything, I want to volunteer. I want to be part of what you do. And I told, you know what I loved? And you said, you're going to love Nilaja. And we did Project Transform 2019 and here I got called again, and it's just such a gift and an honor to be able to be part of this process. Because this group of students is just, they are just so generous, so focused, they are so present, and it's just so mind-blowing and so refreshing in the world that we're in right now, that I am just so honored to be part of, to be a little tool to be able to communicate the message that they have for the world.
I love the way you say it, because I feel like we're all here for them and they've enlivened all of us. Before I bring them all on, I just want to ask all of you, we use the term teaching artist a lot in our profession, and we talk about our education programs with the language of artistry as well as teaching. But Nalaja, you've been a teaching artist, an artist and a teacher, but also a teaching artist. What does that title mean as we try to really, encourage our culture to cultivate more teaching artists?
Mhm. So I know I may not look it, but I started teaching artist work in the early times of the millennium, and I'll tell you exactly why.
You
I'll
were
tell you exactly
very,
why. I
very
was bartending and waiting tables in New York City just to make ends meet. And as I was serving a black and blue steak, I don't know if you've ever seen something like that. It's charred on the outside and bloody on the inside. Watching this man eat this steak, ugh, I said, you know what? I want to serve humanity. I don't want to just serve black and blue steak. And I heard about this kind of like what we call side gigs, side hustles, called teaching artist work, and that was generally for artists, dancers, visual artists, hip hop artists, actors, performers who were interested in working for, say, 4 to 6 weeks weekly in a public school, generally in a public school that didn't have the funds to have an entire year of a drama teacher, an entire year of a dance teacher. So we would come in and we would teach something like, if it were to be an August Wilson, we would teach 6 weeks of August Wilson. We would teach the language of August Wilson. If it was fences, we would teach kind of like the mapping of Pittsburgh, which is where August Wilson was from, and where he writes from the vibration of Pittsburgh. And then we would get the kids to either perform scenes from Fences or do the entire thing in 6 weeks. And so I learned how to do it very quickly. That's where my first solo piece, No Child, came from. And I'm still doing it to this day. So it generally is, in a sense, it really is, if you haven't heard the term teaching artist, it really is an artist who not only is an artist and a performing artist in their regular life, but in their other regular life, which is the same exact life. It's not really a side hustle. It's not
right.
Here. It's
right. Side by side.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I have 2 missions in life and they go side by side. And teaching artist work. I still work in high schools. I love teenagers. I do work at Bard College as well, but I always will go back to my teenagers, probably because I feel like I'm a teenager on the inside. And the students can probably tell you that I'm the loudest one of the bunch. Sorry, kids. I know I am.
Thank you. On that note, why don't we bring on the teenagers? If I may call you all the teenagers.
Student artists.
Student artists, please turn on your videos, join us. Yay! All these wonderful faces.
Yay.
Yay! I've been so privileged to get to drop in on rehearsals just a little bit and see the wonder that of what you've all made and how you've made it, right? This is a sharing. And tomorrow at 6 o'clock, right, is a more complete sharing. This is really a sort of getting to know all of you hour, and then tomorrow we'll get to share with you the work. I want to just go around and let everyone introduce themselves. Tell us where you're from, what high school you go to, where you're going next. I know some of you know. And just hear a little bit about you. Yes? Or Nina, I should hand it over to you to sort of guide us through.
Oh, I see, because we can't go around. I'll just call out if that's okay.
Hand it all. Throw the ball around.
Throw the ball around. Love it.
Yeah.
Sage, could we start with you?
Sure. Well, my name is Sage. I'm from Hartford, and I attend Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts.
What year are you, Sage?
Oh, I'm a junior.
Yay. So entering your senior year there, or entering your junior
Entering
year.
my junior year.
Very cool.
And maybe Emma?
Hi, I'm Emma. I am also going to be a junior. I go to E.O. Smith High School in Storrs, Connecticut, and I am so excited to be here.
Yay.
Sean?
Hi, my name is Sean. I live in Hartford, the North End. I attend Great Path Academy in Manchester, and I'm a soon-to-be junior.
And Cypher.
Hi, my name is Zypher. I am going to be a senior, and I attend.
Jordan?
Hi, my name is. I go to Rockville High School and Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts.
Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I live in Burlington, Connecticut. And this year actually, I'll be a freshman at American University in Washington, D.C. as a musical theater major.
Samantha.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I'm from West Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm going to UHart for music management.
And Byron.
Hello, I'm Byron. I'm from Newington, and I went to the Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts. I'm gonna be a freshman in Capital Community College in the architecture department.
Travis.
Hello, my name is Travis. I live in Bloomfield, and I will be a freshman at University of Hartford for musical theater.
Noah.
Hi, I'm Noah. I'm from South Windsor. I go to South Windsor High School, and I will be going into my senior year of high school.
And Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree. I'm from Avon, and I'm a freshman at Avon High School.
And that's our crew.
Yay. So I want you all to just, if you can, if there's not too much background noise, keep your mics open so you can just jump in. This isn't so formal, okay? I like to pretend we're in a room together, a round room, as Nalasha would point out. We don't have to be too square. If just, speak up, what is the thing that most surprised you about Project Transform this summer? What is something you didn't expect, or delighted you, or surprised you, amazed you?
For me, you can go.
You could go. I'll go after you.
For me, I know that for all of these months, we were doing online school, and all we were doing was typing up, watching videos, and I feel like majority of the performances I had were also canceled. So a lot of the activities we did during this program had a lot to do with writing, like pen and paper, not typing, writing.
Was
and
that
I really realized,
is it a rule to use pen and paper?
Not necessarily, but they did send us a notebook, but I really realized how much I love and enjoy writing, and how much we were able to create through a screen. So it's a great experience.
So I'm new to all this stuff. I'm new to theater. This year I'm gonna be taking drama class. I do vocal and stuff. So when I first joined this, I was nervous. Like, I'm an outgoing person, but like I just don't know anybody here. So I was like, oh gosh, I'm not gonna like this. And then literally the first week through, I'm like, I feel so comfortable with these people. So like it gave me a place to feel welcome, because I'm a unique person. We're gonna put it like that. I'm a unique person, so it's hard to fit in, and I fit in here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, just to add on to that, and honestly, I saw it in on Broadway World or something. I was looking for auditions. I saw it and I was like, oh, let's give it a try. And I sent an application and I was like, well, let's see how this goes. And I ended up loving it. And it was only once a week. So I was like, I need more of this. And then when Nina emailed us and said, hey, we're having this different one and it's going to be more often, I was like, I have to go. I have to do it. So I joined, and not only did I meet so many amazing ones, but 4 times a week, and it's still not enough. But I also, like, every time I work with Nalaja, I learn so much about myself, and I feel like I'm growing as a person. And especially at my age, I feel like it's really hard for teenagers to express how they feel in a way that's not judged. And I feel like this gives me the opportunity to do so.
I definitely agree with Jamie. Like I learned so much from Elijah. I've never really had a drama class or actually gotten into theater. I haven't even watched a theatrical movie, and just to have no background and then come into this type of energy, it's so nice. And not also do we get to learn from the teachers, from the directors. We also get to learn from the people, from our cast. Like on Wednesdays, we would have like these short seminars on, like, for example, moving, like the movement, dance, poetry, stuff like that. Just learning how to be better in these types of things.
Yeah. And who taught those seminars, Zypher?
For example, I think it was Sean. He did a music production, and then Noah, he did dance.
So you taught each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sat back and smiled.
Why does theater matter? You all did this. It's theater. It's on Zoom, but I call it theater, right? We're making performance, right? It's a collaborative effort of making a new thing to be viewed by other people. Does the form matter, guys? Oh, Nalaja, what do you?
Does the form matter? I'm actually, I prayed for a day like this, honestly. A day where the world would open up to theater. I prayed for a day, maybe not so long, you know, I prayed for a day where anyone, no matter where they come from, no matter how much money is in their pocket, no matter what color they are, no matter if they're working, no matter if they're on a bus, no matter if they can even walk to a theater, anybody can watch us right now. Anyone can watch us tomorrow perform. My grandmother, God bless her soul, she was in a wheelchair. She never got a chance to see me perform. God bless her. I mean, she's watching me perform from heaven, but she could have watched me perform at a time like this. So I pray that the American theater learns a valuable lesson at this time about accessibility and the theater and who gets to see theater, really. And who's welcomed into the theater.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add on to that. When you say, like, why does theater matter, that really, like, hits home to me. I fell in love with theater a little bit late compared to the people going to musical theater that I know, especially in like college auditions. I definitely noticed that I was very late onto the trend of musical theater or just theater in general.
I have to say, being late at your age doesn't count. We're just you're I know what you mean, but you know.
So I won't say late, but I was inexperienced compared to other people.
Yeah.
And theater definitely just means literally the world to me, and how I found this sense of community. No other form, sport, whatever, has that type of community, and I think that we can all agree with that. And it's something so special to be able to perform something live and gather people's attentions rather than sitting in front of a screen or reading about something, because not everybody has that time, nor do people want to learn. Go in other people's shoes. You can show people so many other different things that otherwise they wouldn't have known about. And that is so powerful to me. And being able to change the world in a different way of saying it, change the world. Honestly, it is changing the world, because more people getting them informed and showing them all different types of perspectives and how people live. I think it's so important. And especially now, since the world is shut down, I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so.
To add on to what Jamie said, I have had a really hard time in the past few years sort of reconciling my love for theater with everything that's going on in the world, because I've had a large amount of, I guess, existential angst around my purpose and how my passion is theater and music and composition. And when I'm seeing all of these terrible things happening every day, I sometimes wonder, like, well, what am I doing? I'm sitting in my basement writing songs. So there are people out there, you know, protesting and doing things that really matter. But Nilaja actually really sort of opened my eyes to what theater really means. And I think I knew it, but I just didn't have the words to describe it to myself. Theater opens hearts. When you are engaging with a live theatrical production, when you are seeing people telling these stories right before your eyes, your heart opens, you something and
Yeah, I feel like as a freshman, I didn't understand what I was doing in art school. And because my passion was always like building, see the city more beautiful. But then I realized the first show I saw was in the Heights by Ling. I really didn't understand because I didn't speak English at all in the moment. And I had a big role, like I was the lightning board operator for that show. And I couldn't understand anything.
Wow.
So I tried to
Wow.
research, doing a lot of research in what was the play about, and I discovered that was my people. Um, that was my people, and then I was thinking throughout the show, like I wish I can write something like that. And until I get more comfortable with English, I start writing my personal musical. Then I remember um, I just started like a project in my home country. It's about worship music. And I would say like, I was talking to the nurse this hour ago, I had an appointment, and was like, to church, I bring my hope. In theater, I bring my freedom. Because for theater, for me, it's free. I can tell my struggles. I just can't make a good work in theater. So for me, it's freedom. Theater for me is freedom. And I'm very, very, very blessed that I know this environment, which I was missing a long time ago.
Thank you. Other thoughts on that?
I want to say, theater really makes people think. As an example, at my school, we were conjoined with another school. My school was Kinsella Magnet School of Performing Arts, and we were combined with a sports school. So we were like, how is this going to work out? It was tearing up. People were getting stabbed. Like, it was crazy. And this was all because we clashed. People didn't understand us, and we didn't understand them. I was getting bullied terribly because I'm very open, energetic. I'm a theater kid. So I was bullied for a while, and then I got the lead role in the musical called Urinetown. And a whole group of people, what is going on? I was like, they were literally just bullying me. Like, they're just starting to kick my butt. And I think it really spoke to them, because after that, we became friends. They wanted to see more shows. They related to the characters. It didn't even have to be the show. They could have related to the characters, the music, the setting, where it took place, when it took place. So many elements of theater can speak to you in so many ways. Just like it says music is a worldwide language, theater is a worldwide language.
Once said that theater is the gym for the soul, which I thought was wonderful. So I steal it, you quote it, but other thoughts on that? Then I have more questions for you all. I just want to.
I say something real quick.
Yeah, Sean.
So as I said before, I'm unique. So like I'm into sports. I'm into so many different things. Music is one of my, I don't know how to put it. It's one of the most important things to me. But coming into like, like my friends are all hood and stuff, and so me being myself, like I don't listen to rap and stuff like that, and I enjoy rap, but I do not prefer it. And just I had to have like a talk with my friends to let them know that I'm not 100% like you. Like we have the same skin, we think alike, but I'm not like you. I enjoy different things, and it just took a while. I think people don't understand difference 100%, because in my school, like no one, like you're put in categories, like especially the vocal and drama people, we're put into this category of the weirdos, and I understand why. And my friends don't know where to put me, because I fit in with them, but I also fit in with the weirdos. So it's just like people just need to like take the time to get into different things, and or at least if you don't like it, try to understand it from other people's point of views and stuff.
Talk about defining empathy, right? That's just wonderful, Sean. What's a prompt? What's an exercise through this process? Imagine all of us watching didn't have the pleasure of participating with all of you. We'll get to share in what you've made, but can you give us a little taste of how you got to the songs, to the language, to the sharing we're going to see tomorrow? What are some prompts that your wonderful teaching artists, directors might have given you, or what are some ways that got you thinking and working with each other?
One thing,
Travis. Oh, sorry. Travis just looked like he was about to go.
Of course, Travis, you can go.
No, Emma, you can go.
Okay,
fine.
Emma, then Travis. I'll decide, so you can both be as wonderful to each other as you are.
Thank you. I was going to say, one thing I've learned working with Nalaja is that when you work with Nalaja, you need to be really conscious of what sorts of things you put out, because you may just find yourself making a solo theater piece about it, because and you never know what it's going to turn into. So one of our first prompts was to simply write out like a narrative about a paragraph about a moment in your life where I think that the prompt was where you wish you had done something differently than you did, or you are proud of what you did. And so I think that it was in the first or second week, I think it was in the first week, and none of us knew each other very well. And a lot of us wrote really personal things, and we shared them. And then Nalaja said, okay, now you're going to write a solo 3-minute play about this, and you're going to perform it on Monday. And so at first I was like, what am I going to do? I don't really want to develop this further. But I'm really, really glad that we did that, because when you don't know what the evolution of something is going to be, and what you eventually output is really what it's supposed to be. And so by the end of those performances, I think we all had a very great bond. We were able to really step into each other's shoes, see each other's passions, and look into our pasts a little bit. And it was amazing.
Thank you, Emma. Travis, what were you going to share?
I was going to say breathing. Breathing has been a big theme of these past 6 weeks, and they're a lot more important than I first thought. We were taught that breathing really opens up our senses and really allows creativity. So before every activity we would do, whether it was something we were memorizing or something we were writing down, we would have 3 breaths, close our eyes and breathe 3 long times. And it really let us have like a reset. So whenever we had something going on in our minds, whether we were frantic in our heads, nervous, anxious, whatever, we would take the time and breathe, and it would let us go on to our next idea without any cloudiness or blockage. So for me, it's not something I thought was very important. I have asthma, and so breathing is like, I'm like, I could take it or leave it. And when we were taught to breathe, actually ever since I did start with Nawaja, and we were taught to breathe, I feel a lot better in my chest, and I don't know how. It's just there. And I'm a songwriter, so I feel like with this breathing, I've been able to spill out my emotions further. My emotions were all stuck in my chest, and the breathing let it come out and let it share with all of my friends here, everybody. So it's really a great thing.
Oh, Travis, what a gift that you're breathing. I'm very on all levels.
I'll tell you, I never told you one of the reasons why I deeply believe it is so important to breathe, but particularly in this year. We have 3, if not more, huge events, systems that are weighing on our chests right now. The first being the coronavirus, which literally takes your breath away, literally attacks your lungs. So breathing right now, let's all take a deep breath in as I talk about the coronavirus. And exhale. So breathing, not just for ourselves, but also the kind of feeling that you have when you see people passing. So many people pass around you. It's so easy to not breathe and stay in this place of being scared and not breathing. That's number 1. Number 2, as we could see in this summer, after George Floyd was murdered, what were the last 3 words that he said? Breathe, absolutely. And so to honor him and to honor all of those who feel like there is a knee on their neck somehow, that's why we breathe. And thirdly, I don't know if you all know this, but you know this if you're one of my students, there is an election happening in a few months. And it's causing a lot of people major anxiety, and people are not breathing because of it. We must live through this year. We must be able to, on January 1st, 2021, say, hallelujah, that year was over, and I can still breathe. And the reason why I can still breathe is I was breathing all along.
Yeah, speaking on the breathing stuff, like when I first started this, and now I have a lot of stuff happening. I'm in a 8-person household. I have technically 4 parents, so there's just a lot of stress. And like I'd be like very stressed and tense and stuff, and I'd come into the meetings every morning, just take a couple breaths, and then I'd just be straight in the zone, and I'd be able to get everything done peacefully, and I'd go throughout the rest of my day less stress, less tense, and it just makes everything a lot better.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. For me, I have been struggling with a lot of anxiety for most of my life. And I have a hard time living in the present and breathing and these breathing exercises and just taking a few minutes every day just to be present and be here and be me and think about my life and then hear all of the stories of the beautiful classmates that I have. It's so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I got to experience that and that it eased my anxiety every single day.
You've all really, I think I'll try to remember to breathe better, because the 3 things Nawaja mentions are certainly weighing on me.
About it after this year.
Yeah,
Zypher, Jordan, Noah, Bree, any prompts that were really kind of inspiring as artists?
The way that I think about these. Oh, sorry, Bree.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And then we'll come back to Bree.
I'm going to try to explain this in a more visual way. the way that I, form these prompts, like form them into some kind of masterpiece. Like let's think about it of an example. Like, so we have this shape that's liquefied and it's hot. And you can close your eyes and look at that shape, and it can be whatever shape you choose it to be, right? You breathe in, you breathe out, and these thoughts come in, come out. You write in paper and you take it out. Write in paper, breathe in, breathe out. Give it space, give it time. And then boom, it becomes another shape. It becomes another shape. And then it has some color. It has some sparkle. It has some kind of other different element that you didn't think about before because you were so in another kind of frame of mind. You breathed in and got all of that negativity to make it into something else.
Wonderful. And it's wonderful to have a visual artist in this mix as well. So we're so happy you're part of this group. Bree, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, we had like one of our prompts was, I will direct my energy towards like blank. And then we all just wrote like one sentence. And then after that, we were put in like groups in breakout rooms. And we had to like write a piece like kind of based on that. And me and I think it was Noah and Sean were in a group together. We got into the break, like, so I know what we're doing. And we were all like, kind of just wrote this really short thing. And now it like kind of inspired the finale of our piece. So things can just go different places, and you have kind of like what Zypher said, like you don't know where something's going to go until you start working on it, if that makes sense.
It does. I mean, it sounds, you all took a huge leap of faith, led by these great artists but it's really about you guys taking that leap. All of you on just for this brief conversation. I'll remind everyone you can join in the sharing tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and there's a link on the Hartford Stage webpage. We have ended Seen and Heards with poems since we began, I won't count how many weeks ago, right? When the pandemic shut us down, when the first of our crises began. We're very lucky because today's poem is written by all of you. So I want to thank you all for creating what we're about to hear. I know it's just a taste of all the work you've done. And I find it incredibly inspiring since you have talked about, right, you've alluded to this, and we talked about it at the beginning of Project Transform is about transformation and seeing the change you want in the world. So thank you for being part of this. And I'll turn it over to you guys for our final poem, and then everyone stay on, we'll have the toast and sort of celebrate all of you. So who's speaking anything I'm neglecting today?
Let's get as close as possible to the camera.
Okay.
So the audience can see all of our pictures. Good. Whenever you are ready.
I can see the world is changing. We're rearranging. We're broken butterflies.
Give me strength to make good trouble, to break the bubble of society's lies.
To break the bubble of society's lies. I can see the world is changing.
Quarantine came, got me feeling very lazy. There's no respect for people of color. This world is crazy. Shot down while taking a jog, low-key don't faze me. I won't let the violence in the world try and change me. Never gonna change me. Don't let it change you. Fighting for the Black Lives Matter and for the Me Too. plus the LGBTQ. It's what we have to do, fighting for me and fighting for you.
It's hard to see the goodness when hardship tries to destroy us. Though we might be down on our luck, it's in each other that we have to trust.
I can see the world is changing. We're rearranging. We're broken butterflies.
Give me strength to make good trouble, to break the bubbles of society's lies.
The national anthem doesn't apply to all. When I see danger 911, I can't call. They are killing people that look like me, and police brutality is all I see. The land of the free and the home of the brave. Hands up, don't shoot, don't fill another grave. Your badge is a threat, not my skin. Why don't they want to see Black people win?
Raise your consciousness, crystallize your mind. Inner world, inner work to provoke massive change to those in pain. I must restrain my programmed brain, maintain a distance from the hate. 'Cause it pains me to see souls lower their frequency. We must be the gurus that facilitate tranquility. Start being one, we find peace and infinity. So breathe in unity. Exhale negativity.
Never, never, never give up.
Grita alto.
Speak loud.
A la diferencia.
To the difference.
Nuestro mundo necesita
Our world needs
un poco más de tolerancia.
a little more tolerance.
Importancia es nuestra fragancia.
Importance is our fragrance.
Recordemos que la humildad
We remember that humility
vale más que la sociedad.
Is worth more than society.
En distancia, hermanos, hermanas,
Your distant brothers and sisters,
hagamos la diferencia.
Let's make a difference.
Aunque veamos extremidad
Even though we see extremity,
en nuestra ciudad, veamos la oportunidad.
In our city, we see opportunity.
I am the next generation. I have the ability to change this nation. I believe in the American dream, even when nobody believes in me.
that degree is what I deserve, to make sure that my race is heard. From this day forward, you will see our names written as stars on the screens. I can see the world is changing. We're rearranging. We're broken butterflies.
Give me strength to make good trouble, to break the bubble of society's lies.
Break the bubble of society's lies. I can see the world is changing.
oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you all so very, very much for your creativity, for your insight, for your vision. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Que de veras es muy importante. You are the next generation. You are the now. I want to welcome everyone to turn on their videos now and join us, to return to us, to raise your glasses to this wonderful, wonderful company, this extraordinary group. So please join us. Nalaja, Nina, Luigi, thank you for leading. We're so looking forward to sharing with you tomorrow. As you're all turning on your videos, I do want to say again that we could not have done this without the Neighborhood Studios program. We especially want to thank Amanda Roy, Sadija Blake, Kate McComber, and Kathy Malloy at the Greater Hartford Arts Council for their leadership and hard work in making all of this possible. I want us to all raise a glass to this generation. And I believe you're gonna, oh yeah, this is my Diet Coke, my very, very special Diet Coke here.
We all have water.
Yeah. I understand. You're going to lead us in a clap, yes? Who's going to
I'll
lead
do it.
us?
I can do it.
Yeah? So
Yes. Yeah.
before we toast, we're gonna have a clap and then we'll toast. So hold on to your, well, you have to put your drink down to clap,
All right.
I think,
And
right?
then we'll do a toast after. All right. So
okay.
Basically, we're gonna do one clap for ourselves for all the hard work that we've done, for everybody who's come to support us, and
Take a little
all right,
slow, Tom, for those
okay.
who are.
So we're gonna do one clap for ourselves for all the hard work that we've done, for all the support, and yeah. All right. So one clap for yourself. Now we're gonna do one clap for each other because everybody did hard work and you guys are all supporting us. So, and then one clap up. Just gonna release it. Now, we're gonna take a toast to everybody that's here. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you all. Welcome back. We've missed you. It's great to see you all. Project Transform, you guys rule. Thank you, Nalaja. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. Do join us. And join us for another Seen and Heard next month. We've switched to a monthly format. We have a lot of exciting online programming for the fall. It's not the same as live theater. We know that. But we're staying in touch. And as Nalaja pointed out, this way, the more the merrier, right? More access and in a way, sort of more versatility in some ways. It's pushing all of our creative muscles. So join us. Thank you for supporting Hartford Stage. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 for Project Transform. You all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Mil gracias. And we'll see you, if not tomorrow, then also next month. All right. To all of you, to Project Transform, bravo, bravo, bravo.